Hi, this is Norma Suarez. I'm an independent SEO lead generation specialist. First of all, I want to say thanks for your response to my text regarding some SEO tips. And I do know that you're busy with your business, so just want to hop in here and give you these tips in hopes that you'll be able to implement them and put them into action for yourself, for your business. All I ask for is maybe some feedback on the video if you don't mind. Also, if, after watching the video, if you like what you hear, you need some help with your business presence online, reach out to me and I'll be glad to help. So there's basically three main tips I wanted to go over with you, and they are content, citations, and backlinks. And the reason why I go over this is because these are the three things that the search engines, and we're talking about Google, talking about Bing, Yahoo, MSN. This is what they use to crawl your web page to determine if your site is worth ranking on the first page of a search or on top above your competitors. And so I don't have not a Facebook page, but a website for you. I do have the Facebook page up, and this is how I found you. And so I wanted to look at your website too. However, like I had mentioned in the text, there's when I click on this, it does bring me to a kind of weird site. So this is what I see whenever I click on that link on your Facebook page. So first thing you want to do is go ahead and take care of this, making sure that this is truly the correct URL for your site. Because if you're trying to refer someone from your Facebook page, this is definitely not getting them there. You saw where it took me to some Medicare plan page. So definitely take care of that. The other thing too is if you don't already have a website, that's definitely something you've got to start on, or maybe even if you do have one, we'll talk about how to improve it, so that you can get more traffic to your website. And of course, more traffic ultimately means more potential customers asking for your service. Now, I know you do landscape and several things, fencing and some tree service. So last thing that kind of stuck out in my mind was the tree service. So I kind of took that specific niche and I did kind of like some comparison to competitors in the area. Now, I did use a 405 area code, which brought me to Oklahoma City and several other cities around that, Oklahoma City being, the largest among them. So I did a search on tree removal in Oklahoma City, and this is what I have. And so I'm going to go over some stuff with you when it comes to the content, citations, and backlinks. Content has a lot to do with the initial landing page of a website, and we'll go over that here in a minute. I did do Oklahoma City. Now, as a lead generation SEO specialist, I would not, if I was helping a client, I would not focus on Oklahoma City, and here's why. There's just too much competition when it comes to specifically to tree removal in Oklahoma City. You have this Solace Tree Service, Forest Tree Service, and both of those are down here. So they're in what they call the Google Map Pack, and they're also ranked organically. Being over 700,000 in terms of population in Oklahoma City, I would focus more on trying to target your services to not a tiny city, but one with a decent size. And I found that, I think it was Cleveland, Oklahoma. So I went ahead and did a search there and did tree removal in Cleveland, Oklahoma. And so what I noticed here is that, yes, there are some tree services here, and they're listed up here on this Google Map Pack, but they're not listed down here, which is telling me that it's very low competition in Cleveland, Oklahoma. So I would definitely focus on trying to get your services targeted towards here. Again, this is just how I do things. Just say that I'm, kind of trying to work what's best for the client to get them the most customers. All right, so I'm going to go again between this and the one Oklahoma City just to kind of compare the two. Again, with the Oklahoma City Solace Tree Service, Forestry Service. Here's your Forestry Service down here, and I know Solace is down here too because right here, Solace Tree Service, Oklahoma. So they're both again on the map pack and down here in this area, and the rest of these are more like business directories. So you got Yelp, you got Angie's List, Oklahoma City Trees. Let me see. I didn't actually take a look at this one, but here's another competitor in the area. So you see there's a lot actually on this first page. English Tree Service is another one, so that's already 4. So let's see, another one, 5. So counting it again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Dentistry Service would be 6 for just this one page, the very first page. Using Tree Removal Oklahoma City, you have 6 competitors. Now, when you go to Tree Removal Cleveland, Oklahoma, you just have these 3. None of these 3 are listed down here. These are all pretty much directories, right? Home Advisor, Facebook, I consider that a directory. Tree Cutting Pros, I mean, these are all pretty much, again, directories. Let's take a look at this one. Yep, that one as well. So you can actually get your website, once it's built or redone, to be on this first page down here. And let's go, so I'm going to use one of these as an example. When we're talking about the content, the citations and backlinks, which are again are the 3 things that really make a website or the Google search engine decide which one shows up on top. So we're going to go to their website. Okay, so when I talk about content, I'm talking about anything that you see on this landing page. So the very first page, pictures, words, and so forth. So with your content, you want to make sure you have enough unique, relevant, high quality content. And I'm talking about at least 1,500 words on this first page. And I say 1,500 because that gives you enough words to allow you to add in these key words and phrases that people are going to be using in their search, so they can find businesses that offer your kind of services. And that's really going to get you found on the search engine. The other thing I mentioned about is the pictures. So let's say this picture right here, this tree, if I saved it. Tree contractor. So that's fine. I mean, they can save it as tree contractor. So that's a keyword. Or you can put anything that relates to the business itself. Tree removal, tree, again, anything related to the business. Grinding, stump removal, so forth. But they did fine with that. But I don't think they have enough content. I mean, it looks like they have maybe about 500 words. I think they can use 3 times as much, and then start putting in more of those words that really talk about the business so that they can get found. So that's content again, 1,500 words with key rich information, and then tagging your pictures appropriately. The second thing I wanted to go over is something called citations. And what citations has to do with, I'm going to go back to our search. Citations has a lot to do, let's see if I can, well, let's do this. Has a lot to do with this map here. So anyone who's listed under this map, I already can safely say that they have a Google My Business account. So if you don't have one already, I would definitely look into applying for a Google My Business account. It is free. Just type it in the Google search, Google My Business, and sign up for it. And basically, citation is having your name of your company, your phone number, and usually an address. And when you apply for the Google My Business, you do have to have an address because it's going to send you a postcard. However, you can choose that it doesn't show up on the web, in a search. And one of the main reasons why people don't put their address is because it's a service that they provide at other people's residence. So in other words, it's not like people go to their homes to have tree services done. They go out to people's homes, so they choose not to put their own address on there. And again, going back to citations, it's the not Google, but your business name, address, and phone number sprinkled all over the internet, getting on these online directories. And what I mean by online directories are those websites out there that allow you to put your business information on it. Again, the name, phone number, and address, and also a brief description about the business. On websites such as HomeAdvisor, websites such as Yelp, Yellow Pages Online. So if you have not, gone to those online directories, get on as much of them as you can, because the more you have, you can actually be on this map pack as well and bump these 3 other websites out. You'll bump one of them if you only have one website. But what I do for my clients is I would, look at their competitors like the CNS Tree Service, and I would see how many online directories that they're on. And if, let's say they're on 20 of them, I would find which 20 they're on, try to get the same ones, and then, of course, get more. Because the more that I have, again, the more likely I'll be up here. And from your experience, probably, doing any Google search, if you're in the map pack, people tend to click on one of these. But more importantly, are the backlinks, because these are down here, has a lot to do with what they call organic search, and these are your organic searches. So usually when you do a search, this again, tree removal, Cleveland, Oklahoma, you would see ads on the top, and I'm just going to take a quick peek to see if you have some on the bottom. Yes, so you have one tree service company that's putting an ad out, and of course anytime anybody clicks this company pays for each click. So these ads help them to get to the front page. Thing is, it can be costly, but it's good for someone who's starting up a new business or has a new website. It'll start bringing in customers quickly, rather than waiting for yourself to come up to this area right here. This is where backlinking comes in, and backlinking has a lot to do with a website that has a lot of authority, a lot of other websites talking about it. So basically what a backlink is other websites that's linking back to yours, saying that you actually offer tree services and you're a provider of such services. That way it brings relevance and keywords that you're trying to rank for and get people to find you. So I'm going to use that one that we looked at. Let's see. I'm going to go to Oklahoma City. All right, so Solace Tree Service, their website right here, and they're actually doing well. And you see, they don't even have a lot of content on the front, but I'm sure they have some backlinks going on. So a lot of people are talking about their website. And so what I did is I use a tool called Ahrefs, Ahrefs. And I can actually look at my competitors, see how they're doing, what's going on with them, if they have any ads out, and so forth. So I can see that this company has 38 websites that are actually linking to theirs, giving them 109 backlinks. And so with that, and they're ranking for 75 organic keywords, and I'll show you that in a minute. But with these domains and these backlinks, that gave them a hit on their web page of 80 visitors last month, and that's 10 from the previous month, 10 more. These keywords here, I use this for my clients. So if I'm starting a new website, I would look at the top competitor, look at what words they're using, and if it applies to mine, I can definitely use it. So like, let's say I wouldn't use Solace Tree Service because that wouldn't apply to my website, but this Tree Service Oklahoma City, there's 250 people searching that every month. It's in position number 6 as far as this company, and that's a gain of 2, they've gone up 2 positions from the previous month. So you see from that 250, they're getting 14 out of that is going to their website for this term Tree Service Oklahoma City. And it's a lot of technical stuff that we can get into, but don't want to overwhelm you with that. Whereas when comparing it to another website that, probably similar, let's see. Okay, so if we go back here again, I'm going to go to our search. So Solace Tree Service, and they were right here. So their number, there's that Forest Tree Service, Oklahoma City Trees, and there's Solace Tree Service. So they're actually the third company. Again, I'm not including all these national listings. So the third company there, and then a couple down is this LNR Tree Service. And I want to compare the two. So going to the LNR Tree Service, this is their, using the tool, I can see that they have 16 websites giving them 196 backlinks. And with that, they have 59 organic keywords, but they didn't have as much hits as at Solace Tree Service. They had 29. So the lower you are on that page, the less traffic. Not always true, but for the most part, it is. And just like when you do any search, so this is everyone on the first page. Once you go to the second page, when people do a lot of shopping around, they really don't go past page 2 or 3. 3 is kind of, people get tired searching. So usually the first page is where you want to be. And again, going over to where is that? Solace Tree Service. I can also look at where their backlinks are coming from. So I can get those same backlinks and use it, so in other words, I see here that they've used a blog here to connect to their website. And there's several ways that you can get backlinks. You can comment or make a blog post on a website, another website to link back to yours. You can also, every citation or online directory that you get on eventually turns into a backlink. And there's also some places, let's say, for example, Home Depot or Lowe's. If you ever get a backlink from them, they are high authority websites, and if you get a backlink from them, that can boost your rankings. So there are websites like that where very relevant to your industry, but they will charge you for, getting that referral. Sometimes they charge a lot. So backlinking is not as easy as getting citations, which is just putting your information on online directories. That's why it does require every month for someone to keep working on your website and to make sure that they're monitoring your competitors and making sure that you stay on top. So hopefully this information has been informative for you. Like I said, feel free to take the information, use it, improve your website if you don't, improve it if you have one, and create one or have one done if you don't. Now, if you need any help with any of your services, website creation, all the stuff that I talked about, content, citations, backlinks, I do that too. Feel free to reach out to me. If not, like I said, take these tips, have someone do it for you, and hopefully it'll work out for you. Just give me a feedback on this video, and that's it. Hopefully you have a great week.